Man, fucking video. No! I don't like 2K either. Because they're loud, and they're obnoxious, and they don't care about anybody else's property, or their own property, or anything at all. Where the fuck were we? Most recent one. August 15th. That was 10 days ago, 11 days ago now. Holy shit. Man, I've been slacking off. Alright. Alright, today we gotta finish this level and then maybe even record a second level. Because I slacked off so hard. So hard. I don't remember anything about where we... Hey! Stuff. First. Fuck you, booze. You suck. It's a very sensual, patriotic song she's singing now. Oh. Get that nice headshot, man.
Baby, is that you? What's there?
Ooh. Oh, she's entered some sort of like alert state. She seems to know where I am. I wonder if she was gonna come this way.
Are you the one that took my baby? You better not be.
I guess she does. You know, there are some stealth mechanics in this game. The main evidence of that, and you do frickin' need to use evidence to figure it out, is that there are those plasmids that deal bonus damage with your wrench on unsuspecting splicers. There's pretty much no other stealth element at all. I think there's one plasmid that it makes you invisible, and there's some plasmids that like make your footsteps quieter, stuff like that. But like, who the fuck plays this game stealth? The reason you do stealth is because you're afraid. You're afraid of the enemies. You don't want to waste resources doing shit like this here. Ow, that hurt. Oh. And there's just no reason to do this, like, or to not just run in like a big old retard. Oh shit, I'm taking loads of damage. Loads of damage, and I don't care. Just don't care because my resources are infinite. Anyway, the fact that they put in some stealth elements suggests that maybe they wanted this to be more of a horror game? Huh? Huh? Maybe stealth is like stealth goes hand in hand with horror. Because hiding is, you know, it's what you do when you're scared. What you don't do when you're scared is run forward and take pictures of what you're scared of. So, I'm pretty sure I'm not scared of these splicers.
But she's a beauty, and she means the world to me. I can't help
Hey, a jump scare.
punishing me for bringing her and Patrick to this place.
Hey, come on.
I thought this would be a better life for
This is rude. What you're doing is rude.
fool than that.
Oh, I forgot I'm not supposed to talk during those anymore. Sorry.
Leave this place!
So, apparently what we're doing right now is we're trying to go save Fontaine, or, sorry, excuse me. Not Fontaine. Atlas's little butt buddies and his son or daughter or whatever the hell he's got. From some sort of thing that they're stuck in, maybe? And who the hell really cares?
Three too many, three too many, three too many, three too many, three too many.
Oh, we got proximity mines. We got proximity mines. Oh, shit. Okay, well, let's prepare our subject here. This here's one of those stupid-ass strategies that everyone has done before. For how to effectively beat not Plasmid, a Big Dad. Can we take pictures of the smoke? Yes! And it's apparently B. Oh yeah, work it! Work it! Oh, you see that? He got
Dragging this out and spite me, you bastard!
Oh. Hey, oh. No, can't, not allowed to jump. Wanna toss me one of those grenades? Whoa. Man. That damage is crazy, I tell you. We don't really have the plasmids right now to actually be able to not be damaged for, what is like half or a third of our health from those yet. Hopefully this is the same guy here. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Angel's dancing, is he? Yeah. Really not much interesting stuff going on here. We've kind of exhausted the entire level now. We're just going through the motions at this point. Uh-oh. Hey, I'm stuck on something. So, as you just saw, there's basically no benefit to trying to run away from these. Which kind of breaks the whole point, having a big scary monster. Oh well. You know what? Damien asked me to talk about infidelity, so we're gonna do that during this dry spell of a section.
You have shown kindness to my little one.
Thank you.
But are you really a friend to us? Regardless, a little one brings you a gift to demonstrate our appreciation.
Tenenbaum rewards you for not harvesting the girls. Was that the last girl? Yeah, okay. So let's talk about infidelity. You know, quite often you'll hear people say stuff like, all men are pigs, or like all women cheat, or whatever. You know, my knowledge on infidelity is limited, but I do know this. Biologically, we are wired to cheat. You know, people say that everyone's got the one person they love super hard, and you know, if you cheat, maybe you're not with the right person, or you know, there's something wrong with you or something wrong with them. Actually, if you think about it what the fuck did I do just now? I don't know, it's lost. Anyway, if you think about it biologically, in terms of like evolution, the way males evolved, it makes sense for them to cheat, because for a guy, your job genetically is to just pass on your genes, which means your job is to have sex with as many people as many times as you can. And I don't think I need proof of that. We have behavioral proof of that. As a girl, though, your job is actually not to do that. Your job is to have children that grow up successfully. To have them grow up in a good environment, to be well cared for, and that is also, here's the fucking stealth thing, which is utterly useless right now and towards the end of the game. And it's like, you can play this way if you want to, and I guess that's nice, but there's no good reason to. Oh, hello. So as a girl, as a female, it is to your benefit to have very few sexual partners, but sexual partners who are rich, healthy, and well endowed is a good measure of being rich and healthy. Because we just kind of naturally assume those kinds of things. If you're pretty or something, that means that you're probably doing well, like you're probably not malnourished, which, believe it or not, used to be a problem all the time. Why do you come back? Please? So, I can explain easily why males cheat. In fact, it's something that's pertinent to me, so it makes sense as to why I would know more about it.
Research them up right. Come on in and show us those snappies.
So, now of course, cheating is not necessarily just genetics, because guys are also pretty much raised to have that goal, that already defunct goal in their heads. Like, it's basically, you know, super duper common knowledge. I can't imagine it not being common knowledge that guys are particularly intended to have as much sex as they can, that all guys want to have sex whenever possible. So you got the genetic thing, and you got the, there's nothing good here at all. I don't want this. I don't want any of the, oh. This one here is alright, but I don't have any slots really for it just yet. I'll leave this as is. So guys have the genetic issue, and they have the social issue. Do they have any other issues? Are there any other kinds of issues? I don't know. Can't think of it. Biologically is basically the same as evolution-wise. I mean, one clear example as to why the evolution thing is true, or one bit of proof, I guess, is the way the requirements for males to have sex is that they be healthy, basically, right? Now guys can have sex with at pretty much any level of health thanks to pills and medicine, but it doesn't actually pay for a person to be unhealthy and be able to procreate biologically. So what that ends up meaning is that it's not possible. Anyway, I'll try and think up some good reasons as to why girls cheat while we listen to this guy's story.
Mr. Ryan asked me personally to make this clear to you. You give us Fontaine and this whole filthy ring of his, and you'll be knocking back pints up at the Fighting McDonough's. But if you prefer to play the mule, we'll treat you like a mule. Give him a taste, Patrick. What's that? Change of heart, Timmy? Timmy! Ready to talk now?
Go on.
You will have to fight me for her!
Go on. Do your dirty.
Are you afraid of me, monster?
Whatever Ryan thinks he can do to me, Fontaine can do double!
Well, that's a real nice bit of reward for the people who actually managed to crawl down here and find this watery grave. As to why women cheat, I couldn't come up with a reason.
Are you here to hurt? Touch my gun!
One possibility is that we can assume that it might be partially biological. You know, that thing where girls are particularly geared towards finding people that'll serve them and their children well. It would make sense that a person might want to find multiple people to support them in case one of them doesn't work out. So you could hypothesize that in that way, cheating is built into girls' brains. Physiologically, they do kind of go...
You got something from me and my crew? Or are you just looking to get criticized? You set here a spell. I needs to set on some coffee. Maybe put on silverware and the like.
Girls do go crazy once a month. And that's not really their fault.
A word to the wise.
And
All peachy
in
seems to be
general,
the dog's hind leg. You
well,
keep your eyes open.
can't talk while Atlas is talking now, can I? In general, girls have significantly higher... God, shut up! You're not saying anything important at all. You're just doing stupid-ass video game things.
If that's his price, you're gonna have to pay.
Oh my god.
But he can't very well take your plasmas away now, can he?
Oh man. You know what I like in a goddamn video game? When they make... Well, no, excuse me. In a story-driven horror game. My favorite part of the story-driven horror games is when they set up a thing where you're supposed to be scared because your gameplay elements have been reduced. I don't know. I don't think this like combat arena they've done works with the rest of the setup of the entire game. I mean, it's pretty spooky. You're walking into a very obvious ambush.
Now, I bet when the
But,
that's out of hell, he done told the devil he'd be right back. And the devil says, sure thing, Mr. Fontaine. I'll hold your spot. Ryan promised Fontaine was dust, and now you are doing his dirty. I guess that makes Ryan a bum, and you a...
So right now, there's not really any actual proof for the player that
He was ours!
Fontaine is here and like alive and shit. Other than this guy told you so. It's kind of really dumb. There's not really any way you can figure it out or get the idea yourself. Oh right, I don't have guns. I don't have guns. So I have to just run around and do this shit. Take this! Haha, I defeated you! It was hard. Oh. Ow. Alright, let's do this. I really hate it when the story is like tossed at you. Like these grenades here.
Submarine Bay was only used by smugglers and thieves.
Oh.
More
Oops.
than likely, the entrance will be hidden.
Oh well.
Keep the coppers off the scent.
And despite that being a terrifying ambush, you can't just walk right back into it. You don't get new enemies, you don't have to restart. It's just the same one. I don't know, it doesn't really seem very well thought out, does it? Man. This isn't difficult, it's just annoying, because I keep wanting to use my guns. Guns which they specifically have been like gearing me to use. Whatever. Who cares? I'm not saying this part ain't— oh shit, what have I done? This part ain't fun. I'm just saying it's just kinda— it seems dumb. Like why put this in? Like, this is one of the things that very clearly demonstrates to me that when they were making this game, they didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know what they wanted to do. They wanted— okay, well, let's make a shooter that's also a horror, that's also story-driven, that also has shit tons of little nuggets of extra stories for scavengers and all those bonus bits of loot. But also, I really want it to be kind of a dumb shooter where we have just too many items, even in the hardest difficulty. But, I mean, we want people to be scared, so let's make sure they have a stealth mode. You know, they can spec into stealth. Oh yeah, it should be an RPG too, because I mean, specking is important. Like, they've just got— oh, excuse me. It's just so all over the place that it doesn't really accomplish anything exceedingly well. The only thing it does accomplish exceedingly well, and it's not because of the game designers, is the little snippets of story that are all crafted here and there, and that's straight up just like writing staff. But, you know, no one ever said that BioShock was a bastion of gameplay or horror, right? I don't know, did they? People seem to have thought so. Hey look, here we have some, a tiny bit of information that shows that these guys weren't originally here. They got like taken over, and the people who are here were the ones who took them over. Their getup here is really weird. First of all, you'll notice that his like button on his hat is floating. But like, what the fuck are these symbols? Like, what is this here? What? I don't understand. Shit that just, you know, they put it in, never explained it. You know, they could have added in like, let's say half of the recordings they put in this level were replaced. The ones by Tenenbaum and Fontaine and Ryan, which are supposed to be people who they're slowly introducing. Let's say half of those are replaced by random ass people. I know I complained about them spreading themselves too thin, but having random ass one-off recordings are really good, because what you're doing is you're adding fake depth to the story. You're adding characters, but they're not characters you need to care about, because you just hear about them once and they're gone. Instead, what we got is like, really we have 3 main characters, but we also have the 1 or 2 people who get introduced per section. So you're ending up with about 4 or 5 characters constantly, and what's worse, 2 or 3 of those main characters disappear every level. You kind of spread yourself too thin that way. So instead, if you have, you know, just the main 3, Tenenbaum, Fontaine, and Ryan, and I guess Adam. Not Adam, whoever the fuck Fontaine is pretending to be. And then you just have loads of little one-shot snippets, you know, like the stuff with Ryan's girlfriend, and that family that lost their little girl to the Fontaine people fisheries. You know, that would have made it real nice, and I wouldn't have to try and remember all these names, which apparently I can't even do with more than 4, more than 3 even. Anyway, just gonna scour this area because we ain't coming back. I managed to miss a barrel. Man, am I stupid. Anyway, gotta blow up those barrels because we ain't coming back. And here we get back our stuff. Anyway, if you didn't notice, that was a big dumb boss battle ambush thing. Why was there a big dumb boss battle ambush thing? Because you gotta have a boss battle at the end of every level. Just kind of blindly. Just gotta put a boss battle in there. It's not a game without a boss battle. Remember that. Particularly, it's not a horror story-driven game without a boss battle.
You can't quit. Fontaine will find you.
Hey, fuck Fontaine.
You don't fuck Fontaine. Fontaine fucks you.
It's nice to note that even in these like memories, people are already like fucked up splicers wearing masks.
Where I can see it.
Is this? Oh, subject research complete. I think it's kind of ridiculous that I should be able. I am able to complete the research here, like 1 level. Oh, that was like half my HP. 1 level into having gotten the camera. But you know, YOLO. Hey, look, Impulse. He's making an ass of himself on national YouTube. Where the fuck am I? Oh, this way. Well, I hope you're happy, Impulse. You've ruined the entire video, and also your entire life forever. Yep, that's what I'm gonna go with. Anyway, so we've gotten all the little sisters this level. We've pretty much gotten all the story elements that we needed to get. Who knows if we got all the collectibles? Probably not. I know there's a shit ton that we couldn't collect because of inventory reasons. And we're ending this level with ridiculous quantities of loot. Now, I really like this introduction here. Actually, let's get a walk in here. Let's do that again. That looks really swaglicious. The way they've done this, despite this room being basically full bright, oh man, look at those beautiful ceiling textures. When you turn in here and you're like, oh, That's new. It's yellow instead of, everything's white and blue. Very well crafted model, I guess. Thing itself isn't super pretty, but the point is that it's really demonstrating, it's making this important. A standard weapon upgrade is kind of boring, but because they've, they made it kind of gold colored, because they've made it rather unique. You're about 2 hours into this game by now. They've managed to make these weapon upgrades feel a million times better. Another thing is that when you do get these weapon upgrades, the model of your weapon changes. Look at that. Oh, it's got lights on there. How does that increase the damage? Who cares? It's cool.
Hey, I know what you're...
Look, the damage got increased. See? Previously couldn't kill this guy, and now I can. It's bullshit, right? Yeah, okay. Anyway. Was there nothing in... Oh, okay. I got a hack tool back. Wahoo!
Fontaine's putting the screws on us, and double. He's squeezing us out of 80 points of our cut with the threat of turning us into Ryan if we don't play ball. Son of a bitch. Sammy G comes and tells me he's thinking of going to the constable. And the next day, Sammy G was found in a sack in a salt pond. We got no choice here. We stay on Fontaine's crew and we're gonna catch the gallows. We take powder, and we end up like Sam.
Whoops.
Should be smooth sailing from
Man,
here.
fuck you,
I'll
Atlas.
meet you up ahead.
Always in the way. I think Sammy G is the guy who's getting electrocuted downstairs. We're going downstairs, but he's just upstairs now, I guess. Oh! A loading zone. Well, if there was absolutely any tension left in this game, it's gone now. Maybe we can start fresh. We're at 0 tension now. Oh man, we're in this spooky ass Skyrim style cave with... Oh! The smoke is giving us pictures of our past. We all lived in Kentucky with our grannies and
But I
grandpeas.
can't get in. I need you for that. My family can't be more than 100 yards away.
So you're trying to establish a sense of urgency, huh? Well, if you do that, maybe don't put one of these Vita chambers down. Maybe don't make the entire room super bright. Don't put shit tons of fucking vendors all around. Just tips for any of you aspiring video game makers. That bit right there, oh, beautiful. What's more unsettling? You see a corpse in a box. Maybe you didn't see the corpse before. The fucking Merlot rolls down and then you're like, oh, Mr. Deadman. And despite having seen this corpse a million times, the fact that he's in a box, I don't think this is a casket, makes it oh so very spooktastic. And see, it's those kind of like those little tidbits, and I'm like, okay, is this supposed to be a horror game? I'm not sure. They don't really seem to know themselves. Let's do this. Take shit tons of damage, but who gives a fuck?
We all come down here. Figured we all be part of Ryan's great chain. Turns out Ryan's chain is made of gold, and ours are the sort with the big iron ball around your ankle. He's up in Fort Frolic banging fashion models. We're down in this dump yanking guts out of fish. Fontaine's promising something better. He's like one of us, like he's worked a day in his life. He says meet him at his fish packing joint at 11. I'll go, bring a couple of guys. Hey, it's not like things could get a lot worse.
Haha. Funny joke right after saying that you were super fucked by Fontaine. Haha. I'm not sure what the fuck this machine is supposed to be. At all. I think it might be some sort of mining machine. Ugh. Sorry, excuse me there. I was full of bullshit. How'd this guy get down here? There was guys back there, and there's gonna be guys that way. Whoops. So how did he get down here? He's just been here forever. Tan Suan Cola. I don't think we ever actually see that Tan Suan Cola. Oh. Is that... Are those fingers? Who cares? Whoa. There's a nice cave here, actually. Very well modeled.
Hit
Oh.
the switch up there in the control booth and let me in. I think it's time to shake hands and get acquainted.
We're finally gonna meet Atlas, our man in charge.
Your fun, but enough is enough. If you press that button, you'll learn what it means to truly be my enemy.
So, the question is, why does Ryan care if we free this guy's family? They're like stuck inside there, I guess, or whatever. Why does he give a damn? By the way, good thing they've given us a jump, and here's the thing we can use the jump on. Haha. Not really sure. To be honest, I'm not really sure this ever gets explained, and it does kind of get explained, but not really. We'll see here in a second. Well, later on. There's some information y'all are missing, but it still doesn't really explain what's going on. Oh man, this meter's going wacko. So remember in the first part of the game when you were inside one of those and this happened?
You blow a fuse up there? Can't see a damn thing in that booth. Give me a tick and I'll get you out of there. Moira, can you hear me in there, darling?
So dark in here. If only your friend could look up and see you. Maybe you could warn him. If only you could do something, anything. Except just stand here and watch him die.
Splicers! They're everywhere! I can't hold them! Got to fall back! Get me family out and we'll regroup as soon as we can!
I love that fucking I'm being shocked sound effect. Whoops. Whoops. Fine. Fine. I won't use that. Just because the game doesn't want me to. Anyway, we finally got this thing back. Let's use it. Ow!
You think you know me?
I think I know you.
This isn't over.
Didn't we have a bunch of other kind of rounds for this thing? Whatever.
Hey! I can't see. I shall. Spread him! Kill him!
What did I even just do?
You think you can get away with it?
Who cares?
Listen to me.
Anyway,
You don't care.
so in video games, you get these sections where they're like trying to give you a sense of urgency. But for the seasoned veteran that I am, oh, calm down there, footsie. When you recognize these sections, you really just gotta think to yourself, wow, it is impossible to make me feel like I have a sense of urgency here. The only way to really do this adequately, I think would be to give you a very obvious source of infinite enemies. To the point where you need to move forward, but not too quickly, so you don't die, you know. But no one's ever really accomplished that.
Spent the morning jawing with that
Come on now.
Kraut
Mr.
scientist.
Counting on me.
She's damaged goods, alright.
You think you can
Just like all those chumps they scraped out of them prison camps. But she's no crackpot.
gotta have a bucket.
She's gonna make me the kind of scratch that'll have Ryan look like he's running a paper route. She just needs some supplies to get the ball rolling and a friend to watch her back.
You know, there's not much to say about Fontaine. Oh, he's a bad guy. But there is quite a bit to say about the fact that they decided to give you a little nook to go hide in this section where they're supposed to make you feel urgent, and they give you that money to like suck up slowly, because you can really only get it like that, like I was doing one by one.
Assassin, and then you try to sneak out like a thief. You're no CIA spook. Who are you? Why have you come here? There's two ways to deal with a mystery. Uncover it, or eliminate it.
So, the fact that we got in here
Get out! Get out and get to Arcadia!
is presented to us
Jesus Christ.
as kind of like, well, whoops, we crashed our plane, and lo and behold, there was a nice place to land and not die and drown. Ryan seems to think that we got in here too easily. You know, we did it almost stealthily, which doesn't really seem to be the case, seeing as we kind of got attacked the millisecond we came here, but whatever. And Atlas seems to think that we did what we think, but we're starting to be hinted at the possibility that maybe not all is as it should be.
The Irish pork pie offered me a deal. I flip him Fontaine and I walk out of here. That simple. How do I know that fat fuck isn't Fontaine's guy? How do I know they're not all Fontaine's guy? Fontaine's got Adam, and everybody wants it. Ryan's got a whole lot of talk and a nice suit. Even down here, any idiot can see which way the wind is blowing.
What was I talking about? Oh yeah. So, one thing that you might want to ask yourself is, you know, it's a random chance that we managed to find this one frickin' like building in the middle of the ocean. It's random chance that we managed to find a one of those bathyspheres just ready and waiting for us at the top part, and in perfect condition, mind you. And it's random chance that Atlas had a guy ready to help us out of it.
Moira. Patrick. Ain't that just like Ryan? Waits until we're almost out and then he pulls the string. We'll find the bastard. We'll find him and we'll tear his heart out.
I came to this place to build the impossible. You came to rob what you could never build. A hum, gaping at the gates of Rome. Even the air you breathe is sponged from my account. Well, breathe deep, so later you might remember the taste.
You get to the bathysphere in the rolling hills. That'll take you straight to the devil himself. And then all debts will be paid in full.
Not really much to talk about with what those guys just said. It's really all just video game mumbo jumbo. Go to here. This is the reason why. We took the air out, so you have to go to the place. Whatever. Anyway, This is probably going to be a little bit short of a part, but... Actually, no, it's 40 minutes long. I'll still give you the but, though. But I'm going to compensate for being slow on these parts by recording another part immediately. But first, I'm going to go tell Impulse that he's dumb. So, have a nice day, guys.